guitars aren't meant to be played sitting. Come on now, folks. Come on now.
Acoustic guitars are.
Yeah. So right now the intro then for our podcast is literally just this noise, this like hard, fast music.
That is exactly how I would describe it.
Yeah, and then it just sort of fades as the voices fade in. Do you think we should have something else? Like, should we elaborate on the intro? Like, you know, like awesome morning radio noises like... Get a grip!
Maybe.
Something like that?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see what our guests think.
What our guests think? Maybe we can combine
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
We like to get input.
What if we get the guests to do the intro every single time?
Yeah.
That'd be kind of funny. I like
You
it.
give them a script when they walk in the door.
It says "get a grip" on it.
Please don't touch the dogs. And
"get a grip" in quotes. It means you're up. No, she's not gonna help. All right.
We have to teach her how to get a grip. She's got her arms all stretched out.
I would say that she has a grip.
Yeah.
She's got a grip on her existence. She knows that life is about enjoying every moment. Right?
She sleeps a lot. I would enjoy that.
She does sleep a lot. Lazy. So
She players a lot.
is that normal for dogs to sleep so much?
I don't know. I don't know what's normal. I don't know that anybody has studied
Dog sleep?
patterns in domestic dogs with any depth. So, without, some motivation to study canine sleep cycles.
Surely there's a market interest out there, right? Imagine like if you knew dogs slept 22 out of 24 hours per day, you probably would say, oh man, I better make sure that my dog has a really comfortable bed, right? And then like dog bed manufacturers would just slop those stats out everywhere, right?
Yeah.
On average, your dog spends 22.3 hours out of 24 sleeping. Are they comfortable? And then
Dogs slept that much, then they probably wouldn't need dog trainers.
yes, indeed. So you've got to find the statistics that are like way on the opposite end. They're like, dogs only sleep 6 hours per day. What are they destroying the remainder 18?
Do you know what they're doing with the rest of their hours?
She definitely is like sleeping a lot though.
Yeah.
Maybe it's winter. These dogs hibernate.
She's got to get her tubs on. She's glaring already.
Yeah,
She's such a little glare.
Why are you talking about me?
Yeah. She's got those little squinty eyes.
Yeah, obviously we're dog lovers. We got a pit bull mix.
She's an ugly pit bull.
Who knows what she is?
Eh.
She looks like enough
She's
of
a
a pit bull.
backyard pit bull.
Backyard pit bull.
She makes me look like a hack.
It's one of our town where we live does not have any breed-specific legislation.
Woo, go Letha!
Yeah, a lot of in the county though, many of the towns do. Which is unfortunate.
No. Oh, there's only 3 cities remaining in Johnson County that have breed-specific legislation. That's Prairie Village, Leawood. There's another one in there too.
Overland Park.
Overland Park. That's right.
Very big one.
That is the big one.
Prairie Village, almost. At least they discussed repealing it this year.
Yeah. Despite our best efforts, I saw that Springfield is next on the.
Springfield, Missouri.
Yeah. So hopefully get one more. And Missouri, I think, has actually considered passing legislation to prohibit breed discriminatory legislation. But
At the state level?
At the state level. Yes. So cities, municipalities could not enact breed-specific ordinances at that point if their state had passed an anti-discriminatory law.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I want to say that makes sense, but then like usually when we're talking about like at least like homes, right? Like zoning laws and um, HOAs and restrictions at the deed level, right?
Uh-huh.
Usually the most restrictive takes precedence, regardless of like the hierarchy, right? Of
Yeah.
what level
I don't
of
really know
restriction
how it
it is.
works.
I guess I was just curious how we were talking about the breed mans, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they were, oh, no, see, I was looking at it the wrong way. So you're saying that if the state doesn't have any specific restriction, the assumption is that they're allowed, right? But now you're saying that the state, on top of not having a specific restriction, wants to add legislation to say that banning them is outlawed, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I was
There
looking
are
at
a
it too
few
plainly.
states who have already enacted anti-discriminatory legislation, and I'm not sure which those are, but maybe Massachusetts, they're pretty forward on progressive. I saw them in the news recently for some pretty big animal legislation.
Isn't that funny? The word progressive. How
All I think of is
everything is always progressive as long as it's towards your end goal, you know. But if you're on the opposite end of the equation, right? People would think that it was regressive, or you know what I mean. So like if you were like, let's say I'm devil's advocate, right? And I say I really don't like pit bulls. They're dangerous animals, and I believe all the myths about locking jaws and this and that. Suddenly there is a councilman, chairperson, you know, somebody who has the power to make a decision and enact law, and they say, okay, folks, I'm going to ban this dangerous breed. I'm thinking, yeah, this guy's progressive, right? In the meantime, you're thinking, no, he's not progressive at all. But then the law is in place, then somebody else comes in and says, I'm going to repeal this ban.
Yeah.
That suddenly that person's progressive. So maybe is progressive just towards enacting a change?
I would say progressive would assume something new.
So always towards enact some change, right? Change to the status quo.
Well, anyways, I'm on animallaw.info right now, and I am looking at state laws that prohibit municipal regulations by dogs by breed. And there are actually 7 states: Arizona, Connecticut, Illinois, Maine, Rhode Island, South Dakota, and Utah. And there are even more states that prohibit municipal declaration of dangerous, potentially dangerous, or vicious dog based solely by breed. Do you want me to read them all? There's about 12 to 15, it looks like.
Just name the coolest one on there that you see.
Well, California and Texas are probably the biggest ones.
The biggest. Those two are very, very different. Very different cultures.
Yeah, well, there's quite a variety. I mean, Massachusetts is on here, New York, and then there's Washington, which Oklahoma seems pretty progressive.
The first time anyone ever uttered those words. Oh, interesting. Oklahoma.
Surprisingly.
Very forward-thinking state.
Colorado, of course. Massachusetts.
No offense, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Right.
Oklahoma has quite some sites.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. All right. No offense, our neighbors to the south.
I can see myself spending more time in Oklahoma, but not during tornado season.
So which season would not be tornado season in Oklahoma?
Yes. So, animallaw.info is the Animal Legal and Historical Center. So it seems to be, it's run by Michigan State University College of Law. So if you have any law and animal needs, then that's probably a good website to check out.
Locally, who would you refer people to
I would say if you have some animal legal needs, then Katie Bray would probably be, Katie Barnett would be your choice.
Yeah.
She is probably taking some time off for her new baby, but
Congratulations, Katie and Anthony.
I can't imagine that is slowing her down at any rate.
Maybe we can get Anthony to come sit with us sometime.
Yeah.
And Katie.
Are we regulated by FDA? What is it? FFA? FCA? What? Did we ever look up those YouTube?
We are regulated by the laws of
Cussing's
YouTube.
okay on YouTube, right?
Yeah, actually, whatever. The FCC has no control.
FCC.
Yes, the FCC
Yeah.
is not going to come in and bust down doors. We'll be fine.
I don't want any bills showing up in the mail.
Envelopes with white powder in them.
Okay, well, not exactly where I was headed, but...
It's talking about anthrax threats.
I know what you're talking about. It just wasn't at all like...
That wasn't what you were going for? Oh, sorry. I must have misheard something. That was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, go anthrax.
Like anthrax. Let's see here.
That's a cool band.
Frequently asked questions. Let's see what some frequently asked questions on Animal Legal and Historical Center are. What is an emotional support animal? That is a great question.
You had this question come up on a Facebook post, right? Something similar?
Yeah.
What was it?
Okay, so there's a lot of confusion about what is considered a service dog or an emotional support dog, also called an assistance animal. So first and foremost, service dogs and emotional support animals are not pets. They are companion animals that provide therapeutic benefit to an individual with a mental or psychiatric disability. So there are some...
Is that like a just don't fall in love kind of a border there?
Yeah, so I believe I'm not entirely sure what exactly it means by not a pet. I wonder if there's a legal designation for...
Maybe they
pets.
have to be owned by a third party.
Well, that could be one way to consider it. Legal designation of pets? Of pet?
Pet, the word.
Okay, legal designation of pet. Common household pet law and legal definition.
Furry thing that lives in your house for which you do not have traps.
Okay, for the purpose of housing programs, a domesticated animal, such as a dog, cat, bird, rodent, fish, or turtle that is traditionally kept in the home for pleasure rather than for commercial purposes. So not for breeding. What other commercial purposes? No skinning.
Maybe... No, well, so like when we do board and train, right? Like when we have dogs boarding here.
Yeah, that would be a commercial purpose.
Those dogs are not pets here.
They are absolutely not pets.
But they are welcome guests.
They're welcome guests, but I'm always happy to send them home to their loving home families.
Yes.
So this definition shall not include animals that are used to assist persons with disabilities. Okay, so, and it does not include reptiles. So pet is a dog, cat, bird, rodent, fish, or turtle that is kept in the home for pleasure rather than commercial purposes.
Yes.
Okay.
So you're not making money off of the pet, off of the animal, right?
Yeah. That seems like a very loose...
It is very loose.
Okay, so the animal is viewed as a reasonable accommodation under the Fair Housing Amendments Act of 1988 to those housing communities that have a no pets rule. In other words, just as a wheelchair provides a person with a physical limitation the equal opportunity to use and enjoy a dwelling. An emotional support animal provides a person with a mental or psychiatric disability the same opportunity to live independently.
I feel like a bunch of people on the younger end of the spectrum of my friends right now are thinking, sweet, so I can get a dog at my apartment.
Yes. And that is the quintessential debate. Okay.
Is there like a debate topic in the animal world?
Well, considering that there's the potential to make it harder for people with legitimate disabilities and psychological needs, if people have a negative impression of service dogs or have had issues with animals who are advertised as service dogs, then it just makes it harder for the person who has those true needs to utilize that animal. So,
do you think like they'll have a harder time in public, generally public acceptance, or?
So here's a good question: is what's the difference between a service animal and an emotional support animal? So service animals are dogs that are trained to do work or perform tasks for people with disabilities. So pulling wheelchairs, guiding blind people,
helping to take off,
opening doors, closing doors, alerting, things like that.
You trained a pit bull once to help a lady.
Camille,
that was her name.
She's sweet.
She was sweet.
And she picked up things for me.
Picked up things for you while she was here. Wait, presumably she picks up things for her owner, right?
Yes. I think Dip just farted.
Did she get the taking the jacket off and pants off thing?
She definitely. We were working on that.
Yeah, how's she doing there?
Okay, so an emotional support animal is an animal that provides therapeutic benefit to its owner through companionship. I think...
You know what, Dippy, you're not providing me emotional support.
She
you do not qualify.
Provide emotional support.
She's just snoring. She's providing background noise for the audio file here.
Anybody wondering what that static in the background is? That is our dog snoring.
Snoring.
So service dogs perform a service, and emotional support animals provide a therapeutic benefit through companionship. Unlike a service animal, an emotional support animal is not granted access to places of public accommodation. Under the Fair Housing Act, an emotional support animal is viewed as a reasonable accommodation. I do believe that they can fly as well. Let's see here.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I feel like somebody was talking about it recently, sorry. And I was thinking the whole time, like, wow. So as long as you feel happy when the dog is with you, that could be considered emotional support, right? You just take it everywhere. You're like, this is my meds. And yes, I'm going to carry it on my lap the entire time on this tiny plane. I don't know. Where are you checking? FAA?
No, I'm still on animallaw.info.
Oh, you're just reading.
And they're frequently asked questions.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, you have something better to talk about?
No, I don't.
Oh, that face.
I'm sorry.
That scowl you made.
Yeah, because I was thinking that we were moving on to more information about the flights.
Well, I was looking for more information about the flights. That's why I was kind of hoping you would fill in the background noise.
Oh.
This is when you segue the conversation into the next.
Into the next topic.
Yeah, you had a list of topics, right?
That's right, I did. Oh well, who knows where those are? This is where we play the intermission. Pop the logo back on for a few seconds.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't say anything about traveling with emotional support animals.
Well.
Yeah, well.
So,
I feel like we've spent a decent amount of time on that topic.
Yeah, we absolutely have. I'm not entirely bored with it yet.
Well,
But,
it'll be, I'm sure, a recurring
We're getting there.
Topic of conversation. So, you know, Pipples rock.
Indeed. Remember when we bought a house a while back, it would have been 2009, and the first thing, one of the very first things we did
was get a pit bull.
No.
That really was one of the first things.
Figure out how to mow the lawn. That was the first.
That was definitely one of the first things.
Paints, remove wallpaper. Figure out how to remove layers of wallpaper. Okay,
yeah.
But after that first month, one of the very first things we did was
get a pit bull.
No. We went to a pet expo, a huge pet expo at the...
It was a home show.
It was a home show.
It was the home show.
Or was it a pet expo?
It was not the pet expo. It was the home show.
Okay, we went to...
I'm not sure why we went to the home expo.
I'm pretty sure it was the pet expo.
No.
No, it was totally the pet expo.
No.
It was the pet expo.
No, we were in the pet section of the home show.
It was where they do the barbecue contest. What is that?
The home show?
No, the barbecue contest. That's at the arena.
No.
Come on. All right. Anyway.
No. It was at the home show at Bard, Ohio.
It was either at the home show or at the pet show. Probably the pet show, but could have been the home show.
Whatever.
All right, we agree on that, right? So we went, and we signed up with at least 5, but probably 10 or more rescues, right, of different types. And we said, we're homeowners, check, dog trainer, check, like a steady, reliable income, check, like all these like perfect things you would think on an application for somebody who could be a foster home for, dogs that needed to be adopted. And then we went home and we waited giddily by the phone and we were like, any second now, it's gonna ring. And we're gonna have a puppy something in our hands soon, right? And we waited.
Is this literally what you did? I don't remember this.
And this is exactly how it happened. And we waited. And then as we waited, our nails grew long, our hair, wrinkles, we aged. We literally aged right in front of ourselves. And there were no calls, no emails. And right when we had thought that, well, I guess all these rescues are doing really well since they don't want responsible foster parents being added to their program, suddenly we got the call from a pit bull rescue. And they say, we looked at your application, looks pretty good. You guys are...
just a dog in mind.
You guys are homeowners with no other pet. Steady income, dog trainer, This seems like it'd be a good fit for this one dog that we have in our program right now.
That was not the dog they showed up with.
That wasn't? No. I didn't even know that part. I just know that all of a sudden, it was a day unlike any other. It was dark yet sunny at the same time. It was.
That might be the mood.
Okay. So we arrived. Anyway, they say, well, here's the dog, and in comes this dog fishing or swimming at the end of its leash, like literally not like walking like you would expect a dog to walk, but more like lunging its body like it's doing the breaststroke.
Yeah.
Literally, it's motions.
It's a pretty accurate description.
And what we see is mostly what this dog was made of was a giant head.
And a black blur.
Yes, a giant head and just a mass of like 80 muscles in like this little area, right?
He was a little fat.
He was a little fat.
He was definitely a little fat.
Yeah, he was a little fat that time. Never mind, I take back the most.
But he did have a big head.
He had a huge head. And we're like, that looks like a pit bull. That looks a lot more like the pit bulls that I saw on their webpage. You know, like their website had these like really like just cute looking dogs, you know, all kinds of range, small.
Yeah.
This is a pit bull. This dog shows up and on a prong collar, right?
No, he was just on a regular collar.
I'm
There was a
pretty sure
little
it's not
fin. No, it was a little
See,
fin.
it's funny how we have completely different memories of the same.
I'm pretty sure I still have the collar.
Yeah.
It was just a thin nylon black collar.
Oh, okay. Did they tell us to use it?
They told us to use a prong collar.
Okay.
But no, that is not what he came on.
Okay. See, memories, man. Witnesses are not reliable at all. Mine's a little bit more colorful.
Yeah. You remember what my dad did?
Yeah. Her dad, who was there, basically like bends over, like starts making out with his dog, reaching into his throat, seeing if there's anything in his mouth going on.
Yeah.
Well,
the whole time I am evaluating my life choices.
Your dad used to drink more back then, right? Just kidding, John. Just kidding. Come on now, you know. We're friends.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, I remember my mother cried for about 3 weeks straight, every day.
Our neighbor told us that he was going to maul us in our sleep.
Well, my mom would call me first thing in the morning, and she would be like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah. Is there no reason why I shouldn't be?" She was like, "Is the dog okay?" And I'm like, "Hold on. Yeah, looks fine. He's right under the covers sleeping right now." And she would be like, break out into tears, like,
no, we didn't let that dog into our bed for months.
It wasn't months.
It was months.
It was days.
It was months.
Days.
We had rules.
Gosh, our memories are so different.
Yeah. And a kennel. Remember? A big kennel. He used to stay in a kennel.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. We kenneled him for a very long period.
Maybe. Because I feel like our
Maybe
bed...
a couple of months.
You know what? I think you're right. Because I definitely remember our bed facing one direction, and then our bed facing the other direction when he started sleeping there.
Yeah.
Maybe. Something like that.
Yeah.
Like we moved it to a different wall to accommodate a kennel or something. It got weird.
We originally had the bed facing...
It was westwardly facing. It faced to the west, and it had good feng shui.
And then we moved it to the south, and then we refaced it when we had the baby.
Yes.
Yes.
So
we moved the bed a few times.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But I do
totally
remember. I do remember though that the day that I pretty much made the decision that this was going to be a bed sleeping dog was when he. I don't remember what happened. Why he was out of his kennel or what, but he came up to the bed and he like flopped his chin on the table just like that.
I think I have a picture of that
on the edge, and it like the bed did like one of these like, you know, where it like sunk in perfectly, like his eyes were like level with it just something about it, like the geometry of it all. I said.
He had such a perfect head.
You know what? I think.
I miss that dog.
Right? He's a good dog.
Good boy.
And
that was our first experience with pit bulls. He was a handful. He ate 2 of your...
Hey, we're not gonna trash talk him. He's not with us anymore.
I just, it's his record, and this is all I have to remember him by.
Yeah, he
ate 2 of your braces, which I later found in the dog park. He ate
knee braces, not like tooth braces, knee braces and elbow or
elastic braces.
Yeah.
I'm entirely surprised they came all the way out.
Yeah.
He let's see here, he chewed our door.
Chewed through your door.
Yeah.
He ate
He
so
chewed through the
many.
bathroom door. That was what he ate.
He ate tons of your socks and
Definitely.
bras.
Still have socks with holes in them.
But I mean, think of it this way. Thanks to him, you were forced to get yourself new bras. I even paid for some of them, I think. I think it was like a bail him out of jail. I was like, fine, I'll pay for it, you know. I'll pay for the bras.
He's your dog when he was bad.
Yeah.
The ultimatum that I got was, if we don't keep this dog, we're not fostering anymore. It was a pretty easy decision.
Yeah.
All things considered.
Yeah.
And a decision that I regretted every single day of my life.
So we adopted him, and then we lived happily ever after.
Yeah, not at all. So on the old house, he chewed the trim, he chewed the door, he ate my bras,
house too.
and he just
pretty much did all the exact same things. We did the exact same things. Didn't have to distinguish old house or new house.
Right. So by the time we got to this house, we knew not to put him in a kennel, or behind a gate, or behind a door.
But even though we knew, sometimes he didn't know. He would trap himself accidentally and try to eat his way out, like, through other areas.
Oh my gosh.
And then Dippy's helped them too.
Dippy.
So
Dippy tried to cheer away to the bunnies outside the window. Yeah. Dogs,
they happen. And then you learn what materials work and what materials don't work in home ownership.
Precious, he knew how to sit up and beg. He knew how to play bang and fall dead. And he could open the refrigerator and get us to remember that time he opened the refrigerator and brought us a beer. Yeah.
He
we were like,
it was a party trick.
Yeah.
He used to remember, he stopped doing that trick when one day he opened the fridge and got a beer, but it was a can, aluminum can, and he bit into it a little bit too enthusiastically and punctured it, and it sprayed everywhere.
No. That was when I stopped trying to train him to give me a beer. And it was several months later when he spontaneously opened the refrigerator and brought us a beer.
Oh, yes.
True love.
He knew how to make us happy.
Yeah.
Something Dip has never learned.
She generally is pretty low maintenance, though, all things considered.
Yeah, she's good though.
Yeah.
She's pretty good.
Just a little chunk. A little full of chunks. Saw a couple of silver labs today. Silver labs. They're not Weimaraners. Please do not call them Weimaraners.
I immediately pictured a Weimaraner when he said silver lab.
Looks like a Weimaraner.
Looks exactly like a Weimaraner.
They look a lot like Weimaraners. That is true. But a silver lab is not a brown lab, and it is not a black lab, or is a yellow lab.
Is it an old lab?
No.
Oh.
These were puppies.
Oh, okay.
They were so squishy! I hugged them, and I kissed their faces, and I smelled their little puppy breath, and smelled their little stinky puppy feet.
And then their owners were like,
she's
lady,
no.
we don't know you, go away.
No. She was like, this is perfect.
Okay.
Puppy feet smell amazing.
Who are you? Take your white van away for my puppies. At least it's marked. It's not an unmarked van.
No longer an unmarked van.
Yeah.
Correct.
It's a good van.
The dog van.
Tell you what, Ford makes a good business van.
I would like it a little bit more if it had a sunroof and seat warmers.
Okay.
And maybe some storage.
There you go, Ford.
Yeah.
Take note.
Pull-out drawers or something.
Start making changes. We've got about probably 3 years or so to prepare before we get our next one, right?
3? Gosh, yes.
Yeah.
That's a great goal.
Right? So,
yes.
So start working on it, Ford. Make the driving
Before I add one
experience
to the fleet.
a little bit more comfortable for the owner. Make it so that when you walk into... Okay, so only the front seats need to be leather, okay? But the front seats do need to be leather. They need to be ventilated.
No, I'm not a big fan of leather, actually.
Okay.
It's slippery.
Okay.
I mean, if I have to put a seat cover over it, whether it's leather or fabric, it doesn't really matter what it is.
Okay, make the passenger side leather. The passenger seat leather. Everything else will be cloth.
Fair enough.
And that passenger seat can be ventilated and heated, right? And
I would still like my driver's seat heated.
okay, make the cloth driver's seat heated. 2 sunroofs in the front. One for the driver to keep open at whatever angle she feels appropriate, and one for the passenger to open all the way. Have fun with it. In fact, make it convertible on one half. That'd be even better. Can you imagine? Half convertible there.
The dogs would be like, we're getting a lot of wind back here.
Kayla complained too.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of the
What
wind.
did she say? No Montana. Yeah. I was like, we're not going to McDonald's.
That's funny too. What's the time look like?
It's probably the longest I've talked to you.
That's funny. I think,
Marital conversations must be scheduled before we get it down.
you know what's funny?
What?
The video.
You're such an ass.
We got that set of audio though.
I straightened my hair for this.
But you were straightening your hair the entire time during the video.
I know.